Hello, 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 and welcome to the latest installment of And Sarah Appeared. My name is Sarah, and I'm appearing before you today because you know what? I had to stop and I had to pause. Okay, thank you so much. Quick intermission. Um, I have to speak in my truth. I don't know if I did my intro, but hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the latest installment of And Sarah Appeared. My name is Sarah, and it appears that I am some sort of, I don't know, strong, forthcoming warrior of a person. And I do believe that there are aspects of every individual that you have to be this, you have to go into war or soldier mode. And that is not who I want to be at all times. That is not who I typically unlock as a character. You know how you're going through the game and it's like, oh, you've unlocked a new character, or you've unlocked a new a new uh a new prize, or you found the new weapon, so now you can put it in your arsenal. I don't like being the warrior all the time. I don't like that. I think I could easily take on the archetype of being a wounded warrior, but nonetheless, I don't want to fight. Like, it literally, in the words of Tina Turner, I don't want to fight. I don't want to be a warrior. I don't want to, I don't want to. I don't want to have to always be in a position. And this is the thing that frustrates me. With some of the external factors that have been going on with me, like, I don't like being forced into a position where it's fight or flight. And a lot of the times I do take flight. I always choose flight over fight. And that's because when I fight, when I go to war, it's a very it's a very uncommon area for me because I'm a lover. The battlefield is very painful. It's very painful when you naturally love people, when you naturally are the type of person where you want to give love, when you naturally were born in this Venusian energy of just love and happiness and peace. And when that is threatened and there's nowhere to run for flight and you're forced to fight, it can be daunting on the soul. Because not only do you have to learn and know how to fight, but you also have to know how to recover. And because the enemy has always wanted me in some sort of frustration, some sort of anger, some sort of fighting, some sort of discontent and discomfort. I've had to learn to recognize it without reaction. I've had to learn how to use my praise as a weapon. I've had to learn how to meditate through it, stretch through it, breathe through it, cry through it. I'm not going to lose my vulnerability. Sometimes as a woman, as any feminine energy, not just a woman, because we know feminine energy resides in men too. But sometimes as a feminine energy, you have to fight for your love. And I'm not talking about an external love. Sometimes you do have to fight for the ones you love, and that's definitely honorable. But I'm talking about sometimes you are forced to fight to make sure that your heart remains intact, to be open to love. That's why I cry. I cry to purge my heart of impurities. I don't hold grudges contrary to popular belief, but I cry. I cry to allow myself to know that you are supposed to feel even when you can't be physically touched. You deserve to feel. You deserve to have peace, but you also deserve to be a conduit of peace. You deserve to have love, but you also deserve to be a conduit of that love. You deserve to be held, but have you held anyone lately? Have you comforted them? A lot of people think that, and I would be lying if I said that the opinions of others did not matter. It does matter to a certain degree, but a lot of people feel as if a lot of people feel as if the combativeness of a soul is rooted in them being addicted to chaos. Sometimes people are combative because everything around them is trying to attack their love. And you have to make the decision to fight to keep your love so that you don't grow cold, so that you don't become resentful, so that you don't shut people out, so that you don't hurt people. Even when it's like the love keeps getting thwarted or pulled away, you keep your memories. of times when you were able to impart, and not only impart, but receive genuine love. Keep the good memories. Transmute the bad ones. What keeps me going is at one point, at different points in my life, I have been able to give love and I have been able to receive love. When you remember the times that you were able to give love to someone else and the times that you were able to receive love from someone else, when you remember those times, that's the cherished moments that you have. That should be your motivation and your fuel to be able to fight no matter what goes on, to keep your heart open and not have your heart be closed no matter what. That's what keeps me going. But I've also realized that that's been the greatest attack. The greatest attack that I've had was not on my character, was not on, my mental, even though that's like number 2, that's up there. The greatest attack that I've had has been on my love. Things and external factors trying to misconstrued and misunderstand my love and call it harsh, judgment, bitterness, all of these things that are not true. And you can't chase down everything that is being said, but what you can do is you can continue to fight for your love. Even if you're not receiving it in places where you want to receive it, even if you've never received it or you haven't received it genuinely, give love to somebody else and watch. In the midst of a period in your life where you don't have love, can you find the strength to extend love to somebody else? Even when love is not being extended to you. Can you find the strength to love something or someone back to life, even when you are void of that love? That's the real test. Even when you're void of love or when love is not in your life for whatever reason at that moment. And yes, self-love is important. Self-love is great. But there's an aspect of self-love that literally beckons you to receive love externally, outside of yourself. That's also a part of self-love. That's also a part of self-love. To be able to receive love. That's a hard fight, to be able to preserve your love and preserve your heart. That makes me think of the Grinch, where his heart grew 2 sizes small and things didn't turn around or change in a positive way for him or for the people that he was terrorizing until his heart grew. And it was a whole struggle to get his heart to grow. And when it did, that's when breakthrough happened. And so my whole fight has been not only trying to preserve myself in every aspect, because Lord knows, I mean, weapons form but they don't prosper, but boy do they form in every direction. And sometimes you can be your own weapon. And I've been my own weapon, and I've had to learn through that. I've had to grow through that. I've had to take accountability in that. And don't be afraid, even though taking accountability is important, I have to stress that not everything is your fault. And you don't have to carry the burden and the weight of everything. You're not blame shifting or shifting the blame outside because someone mishandled you in a severe way. You're calling it for what it is. And then you're doing the work to heal and repair yourself. Do not punish yourself for setting boundaries energetically or physically that are a direct detriment to your love walk. Don't be afraid to call out hypocrisy. Don't be afraid to call out fake love. Don't be afraid to speak out against anything that is poisonous or threatening to your love. There are my dog, my love. There are people who will protest against you and say you're wrong, you're seeing things wrong. How do you feel? When you're lying alone by yourself and it's just you and the Creator, how do you feel? Is your love being nourished, or is it just more of the same? Is your love being protected? Are you too guarded to take a risk with your love? In my case, sometimes I felt like I wasn't good enough or worthy of another person's love. And then I checked my self-love and I realized that I'm worthy of everything and anything that my heart desires. I am worthy. And so are you. You are not combative because you like to stir the pot or because you are an agent of chaos. Sometimes you are combative because you are forced to protect your love, because there are outside elementals that want to try to tear your love down, that want to poison your love, that want to kick and beat and just shut your love up. Your love is not the ability to just receive. Your love is the ability to give even when no one is giving into you. And you have to remember that if no one else is brave enough to love you, God loves you. Because in the grand scheme of things, He is love. Bye for now.